100 years ago, most of the cancer patients died. Today, due to the continuously improved methods for diagnosing and treatment, more than 2 out of 3 patients survive cancer. Because the increase in survival, we have good reasons to think that the future is bright regarding cancer treatment, that more and more patients will survive or live good lives with cancer. But due to the threat of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, we will lose many therapies and patients could die of infections. In addition, this challenge will carry a huge economic cost. Many of you, I think, are occupied with research on new antibiotics and treatment methods for infections. That's important, so thank you for that. But we must also take care of the antibiotics we have today. For example, by developing better diagnostic tools that will improve personalized treatment and lead to more precise antibiotics cures, which will reduce occurrence of antibiotic AMR. And one of the smartest strategies is to avoid being sick in the first place. So good hygiene and good routines for handling infections are our best defense against spread of bacteria and disease. By looking back in time, we also can learn a lot. Florence Nightingale, she lived in 1820 to 1910. She was a pioneer in modern nursing. She struggled to stop bacterial infection and concluded that sick patients should be isolated and that hospitals should be designed for letting in sunlight and good ventilation. She said, a poor sufferer would have a better chance of recovery if treated at home. And also, Alexander Fleming, who discovered the first antibiotics, penicillin, already in his Nobel lecture in 1945 warned against the challenge of development of resistant bacteria. Infections are one of many side effects of cancer treatment. The risk of having infection is big in connection with taking biopsy, example prostata biopsy, transplantation, surgery, radiation, and chemo. In other words, infections are common in cancer patients during and after treatment. In Norway, more than 33,000 people each year get the message, you have cancer. 90 every day. The reality behind this number is very, very hard to grasp. A lot of suffering, a lot of grief, and many people isolated from their family and friends. 1 in 5 cancer patients needs antibiotics. Using cancer to give the challenge of antibiotic resistance a face is effective. The reality is that cancer affects everyone, directly or indirectly. And to address these increasingly serious health problems, we need innovative research and development, responsible pharmaceutical industry, and new technology solutions. Political leadership, diplomatic competence, and international, a very good plan, and cooperation between all relevant stakeholders, including non-governmental organizations such as Cancer Society, is essential. Resistant bacteria can cause twice as many to get infection and die of cancer. We who have contact with cancer patients know how important effective antibiotics are to be able to cure cancer treatments, to carry out cancer treatments. I myself, as you said, have worked many years with children with cancer, And many children have told me that the isolation and not being able to meet friends and attend school in some way felt worse than the cancer treatment itself. Patient quality of life could be dramatically influenced due to difficulties in being together with family and friends. Days with yellow coats and isolation can be more common in the future. So, therefore, we are deeply concerned about effective infection treatment for coming generations. We started in Norwegian Cancer Society an international campaign last year to speak out how important it is that we all take the challenge seriously, and that we all, politicians, our health minister there, researchers, doctors, industry, and you and I do what we can to stop the growing incidence of antibiotic resistance. We work internationally and locally, and nationally we have arranged several seminars. What we want to achieve is limit the use of existing antibiotics, more research on new antibiotics and equivalence and proper treatment, do more to prevent and spread infections, provide vaccine programs in all countries, increase public knowledge, and start a motion, be engaged. There are more than 14 million new cases of cancer worldwide each year. More than 8 million cancer patients die. The number of new cases of cancer is expected to increase to 24 million by 2035. It's hard to grasp. With such a large volume, cancer affects, again, everyone, being a patient or a relative or a friend. To exemplify major health challenges, we therefore believe it is useful to illustrate the challenge by using cancer. As civil society, we have a role to play, and that is why we are deeply involved. We try to increase the knowledge. We use cancer, but there are so many other patient stories that also should be told. And after me, you will listen to Helge Øvrenes. He's a student and a member of the board of Ung Kreft. And he is also one who has really depended on efficient antibiotics. He sits here thanks to advanced cancer treatments, but equally thanks to antibiotics. Helge has given antibiotic resistance a face through being open about his story. So we in Norwegian Cancer Society are so grateful for his participation in our work and how important this marvel in medicine is. His works means a lot to get people understand this challenge. So you can look forward to listen to Helge. Thank you for your attention.